Hey guys, what's up? It's Chad Close with CCGaming, and this is another video for our tutorial series on how to make a game in Unity and Blender. Today we're going to do some texturing and unwrapping in Blender. We're going to try to texture this guy in a good amount of time, hopefully. It's not going to be terribly detailed. So let's get started. So let's just go ahead and hide all the turrets. Don't need all of those out. And we only are going to have to texture half of this, which is going to be nice. And so we're just going to drag this over. Using the bottom left, and we're going to change this from object 3D view to UV image editor. As you can see, we already unwrapped it from earlier, but we didn't really use anything. So if we just go ahead and smart unwrap again, we can see it's not exactly what we want. So if we go over here, we're going to go into edge mode. I'm going to go ahead and select some important edge loops. So like this is going to be the windshield. So we're just gonna mark that seam. We don't actually need that. Mark seam. Another thing, this should all be good. This is gonna be kind of a grill area, like we said. I said when I was modeling it. Let's go ahead and mark seam that up. And then these, do they have faces in the back? Doesn't look like it. Alright, so those will unwrap okay, but let's just select these edges and then mark those seams. Another thing we're going to do is mark this seam, because this is going to be a different color than the tracks itself. So go ahead and mark that, and we're not going to see the inside, so we can just mark the seams and not worry about it too much. Otherwise, I think that's all. So let's go ahead and just hit U and unwrap all of this. As you can see, our tracks are all messed up. So we're just gonna make a loop right here. Mark that seam, and if we go ahead and unwrap, unwrap that. So now we have our tracks. We have these rings. So that's not good. So let's go ahead and select all of those. And actually, let's select the bottom so you can't even see. You won't be able to see the seam at all, period. If the user even gets that close ever. And there we go. So mark those seams, and let's unwrap it again. So this is the body. I don't really like how the body's unwrapped, but I don't mind how it is either. So I think this will be just, it'll be fine. Maybe if we edge loop this and then unwrap it, so it looks a little better. Yeah, it should be fine. So let's go ahead and place some of these. So this windshield is going to be an important part. This grill is going to be an important part. The whole body is going to be, but these faces right here are all going to be the exact same. So we can just cover these up on top of each other best we can. They don't have to be perfect. And that is going to be a part. Next, these tracks are going to be kind of special. So if we can unwrap it, unwrap. Why is it unwrapping so funky? Like, it's like curved. I guess that won't be too big of a problem. We can just leave that there. Next, this face. I don't know why it looks so funny. We're just gonna project from view for that one. Put it to the side. Do the same thing with the back if I can select it. View, project from view, and put that up here. So now if we go ahead and select all this, go ahead and move the body up along the y-axis. This is gonna be the tires, so it's not too important, and this is going to be the back side of the tires, or of the inside of the tires, and we'll just make that look the exact same as that, so we can just put that over top. Next, this is the windshield, so we'll make it a little bit bigger, but it's not, again, not going to be huge. Here's the rear wells, and I believe this is the grill, and then these are all the little loops, so we can just Shift L all of these, grab it, rotate it 90, and put it right there. And then where were these unwrapped to? Alright, well, we can just put this in here somewhere. It's not a big deal. Go ahead and file save that. So we unwrapped it, so now we gotta make a texture map. And I'm gonna be using Photoshop for this, so I'm just gonna go UVs, export UV layout, and then I'm gonna just export it as player UV. Player UV. Alright, export that. I'm gonna go ahead and start Pandora up again. Make sure you guys do that, it's a crucial step. And then we're gonna go ahead and open up Photoshop. You don't have to do the same colors and stuff that I'm doing. But yeah, you don't have to. You can do whatever you want. I am not making your game, so we're gonna go to find that PNG file that we just made. Go ahead and file save that inside our Unity, game Unities, our assets, and we'll put it in our map file, and we'll just call it player texture. And we're going to make it a Photoshop. Alright, so we have our UV layer. Let's just go ahead and call that UV so we know it. And let's get a base texture going on. I'm just going to throw a camo texture on right away. You don't have to do the same, but I'm just going to... Camo normally looks good on everything, so we'll just throw that over there. We're just going to go ahead and file save this right away. And then to Blender, we're just going to re-export everything, so Alt hide. And why we're re-exporting everything is we just got to update the mesh information on the body. So just go ahead and export that. It'll re-import it. And then now what we can do, that's some weird trippy shading going on right there. Anyway, let's make a new material and call it player and attach it to the player, and then we can attach the player texture to it. And why did it file save as didn't save it right. Unity files, game, assets, maths, save. Okay. So there we go. So we got a camo texture on it. It looks pretty cool. So now let's just make the tracks black, the windshield black, and then let's get that grill down there. And we're not going to work on the grill too much because you won't really be able to see it. Go ahead and turn our UV back on. We're just going to go use our brush tool and paint this all black. We're not going to do anything too fancy because you can't really see it in the scene. So unless you're going to use this for something else, I'm just going to make it pretty basic. Let's not do this completely black. Let's just do like gray for the rear well. I don't know if it's called that, but that's what I'm going to call it. And if you don't like it, then I mean, it's your problem. So let's go ahead and zoom in on this. Let's add some black and let's make some bolts around here. Right, and then this is the grill. Let's just paint it black and like just see what it looks like. I'm not really too concerned about how well this is gonna look. So if you're expecting something beautiful, well, this is a Unity game and it's not a art show rendering. So here are the tracks. So let's just go ahead and paint those black too. We're going to have to do a little more with the turret and stuff because it's going to be zoomed in and whatnot. What are these again? These go around that. So we want the same color. Oops. As this. And let's just go ahead and save that and see what that looks like. Alright. Why is that still gray? Oh yeah, because it's that color. Let's change the windshield a little bit. So let's just select all this, and then we're gonna put a gradient right here. Why is it it was being weird, so let's just paint black over it again. Make sure it's all covered up, and then we're gonna redo the gradient. And remember, it's mirrored right here, so we're gonna make sure that side's black, and then we're gonna frost the tips like that. Go ahead and file save that. Let's just see how dumb that looks. It's not actually that bad. The tracks, let's add some lines to it, because it kind of looks it looks fine. Because I mean, remember guys, we're looking at it this far away, so I mean that looks pretty good. I like how that looks, right? Why is it laggy? No, it's not laggy. 75 frames per second. Alright, so we got that texturing done. Looks good, I like it. Now, I'm getting distracted. I'm having too much fun playing my own game. Save that. We can exit out of Photoshop. And let's go ahead and texture some of these guns. How about? So let's texture the first gun first. So just hide those. Hide that. And here's the first gun. Yeah, this just does not look fun. For the most part, it's just going to be a metally texture, and then this body is going to be kind of a green plastic type of thing. So we can just select, well, let's add a edge loop right here, and right here, and let's mark those seams. We're also going to mark this seam. Alright, and then, yeah. So now when we select this stuff, we can select that. This is going to be metal, or we'll do the plastic first. So this will be plastic, and that'll be plastic. If I select it, that'll be plastic, and this will be plastic. So if we just go Smart UV Unwrap and scale that and move it over to the side, that's fine. This is going to be a different color plastic. Move that over. Now that we will deal with in a little bit. This, and yeah, those two. We're gonna Smart UV wrap those, and that looks like it'll be just fine. Actually, yeah, that looks just fine. So move that over to the side, and now this thing. Do a little more technical with this. We're gonna grab the top and the bottom faces, hit 7, U, project from view, and then we're gonna get the sides. Uncheck mark these. All right, and then we can just go ahead and unwrap that. Select everything, and looks like most of the stuff works. L, Shift L. So this is our feed track. What are we missing? What is this stuff in here? I don't remember. Oh, this is plastic. Should be with this. Right? Or should we not make that plastic? Fine guys, I need your opinion here. I'm gonna mark that seam. This is going to be metal, and then that's all going to be plastic. This, you unwrap. Oh, use. Oh my God, use Smart Unwrap. All right, so this stuff is going to be metal right here, like I said. So we're going to put metal stuff in the bottom right-hand corner, as big as we can in that corner. This is going to be plastic, but let's see, what is this part right here? This is the ammo feed plastic, so we're going to put that in the upper right hand corner. This is the ammo feed, all of this stuff. What is all this stuff? Huh? Oh, it's this stuff. It's just more plastic. Put that right there. And then this is all metal, I believe, right? This is metal. That's plastic. This is plastic. Oh god. You unwrap. You. This is plastic. Along with this. What am I doing? Alright, so this is all plastic. Select it all. Oh my god, what is that now? What is this stuff? Huh? It's all plastic. I don't want that plastic. You unwrap. You smart dude. Scale that down, put it right there. And this is all metal. So put that right there. Okay, so now I think I got metal, plastic, darker plastic, the ammo feed, which is going to be more important. And then this stuff is just going to be plastic too, so you can just put that right here too. Alright, so let's file save that. Let's export this UV image. Turret 1. Export. Go ahead and file save this, and then we can import. Let's re-import it. So just export all of this again. Right, into Blender, and then let's open up Photoshop again. File open. Files. Turret 1. Go file save as the assets. Mats. It's going to be Photoshop. Save that as that. And it still doesn't want to do that. I don't know why it does that. Makes no sense. I don't know why the saving is all messed up right now. Alright, so now we got a turret. So now let's get a plastic color going on in here. So we're just going to do plastic, green, not greenhouse. Images, make sure that the one you pick is free and it's not copyrighted or anything like that. I think we're fine. Alright, so we're fine. We can use this one. Alright. Oh. So we can just go ahead and... It's got like raindrops on it. Maybe I don't want to use that one. That one for sure is copyrighted. This might work. Nope, you gotta buy this one. Or you don't. Use this, please credit me. Alright, so I'm crediting them right there in that video. That's what I'm doing. So we got lighter plastic, and then let's put the UV above that. That's still a little too light, so let's just go ahead and brightness this down a little bit. Copy, paste it. Whoops. Copy the right layer, copy, paste it. Put it up in our darker plastic, and then image, brightness that even down. Oh, down more. Now we need, I don't know. let's go ahead and get a metal texture. So let's go ahead and get a metal texture real quick. So here's one right here. Let's go visit the page to make sure it's it's non-profit. I don't know if I'm gonna eventually sell or use this content stuff, so just keep looking. Just get a good metal texture, and this looks good. So we can just go ahead and copy this. Go into our Photoshop. Copy. Paste it in here, and then it's going to be this top section right here. Right, and then let's go ahead and get the ammo clip going. So let's go get ammo bullet. And this will work just fine. Oh, actually no, that's turbo squid. This stuff is now we have to pay for it, so go ahead and copy that. Alright, and then we'll go ahead and just paste this in. Use our magic wand tool, get rid of all the white. Control T to rotate it. Oh. Control T. Minimize this. Select everything, Control T, rotate it. Apply. Scale it down to size, and then just duplicate it. And we're going to merge layers. We're actually going to deselect, scale it down a little bit more, and then we're just going to duplicate this layer, and move it up, and just do it again. And one more time. Alright, and then I'll just merge all of those layers. Just release this up. And then I can go ahead and turn off the UVs, which is right, yeah. Alright. So we kinda get this basic basic texture. It's not anything amazing. So we'll go ahead and save that. Go into Unity. So now we have that imported in here. Now let's just create a new material called turret 1. Zoom in here, and on our turret, put it back as turret 1. And our texture can just be that turret 1. And I'll have that turret 1 texture. So as you can see, it's nothing too fancy or anything like that. Let's actually go over to the store and apply that to this one. Turret 1. The bullets are backwards and the green isn't nearly dark enough, so let's just go ahead, and it looks like I have the plastic and the metal backwards too. So it's easy fix. We just take the metal and put it down in this corner. Go ahead and just erase this corner up here. Alright. And we also need the darker texture up there. And turn off the UVs. Now go ahead and save it. Oops. And let this load, and there we go. Alright, so a little better. I don't know. It's nothing amazing. For sure it's nothing amazing. But it'll definitely do the job. Save it now. There we go. Alright, so if we go ahead and play this now we have, you can see it a little better, and then if we go in our store, it doesn't look half bad. It's not terribly good, but it'll work. So, yeah, so there's one texture. Oh, it seems like we have those in the wrong spot. If you look at those, there's metal on them, and that's not good. So we can just go into Blender, hide them all except for turret 1, and then we're going to make this side, this one, we're going to move it up here, and yeah, so there. We don't have to export this because we're going to be exporting it again eventually, so for right now we can just leave it as is, and it's not a big deal. Alright, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, you guys can play around. We can put bump maps and stuff on it later, but for right now, that's plenty good. It's good enough for what we are doing. So, let's go back to the store, or to the game. Looks like we got another 10 minutes, so let's see. Let's check on the list of what we should do. I guess we can just keep texturing stuff. So let's go open up Blender. And let's go ahead and hide them all, and let's do the second one because we kind of get that one all prepared for. We can actually just watch as we unwrap it, kind of, because we already have that one image. So if we go like this, go File, Save As, and we save this as a JPEG, and we save it in our File folder, and just go ahead and save. And then in Blender, we can go over here and go Open, or Image Open, and we can just open up that texture. And then if we go over here to Display, Textured Solid, we can go ahead and kind of see what we got going on right now. As you can see, these we want to be all metal, so we're just gonna smart unwrap those, scale them down, put them in the metal section. Alright, we want this part to be metal too. Throw that in the middle section. Alright, the top of these, again, we're going to do the same thing with the bullet casing. Select all the faces. And 7, you project from view. And we'll go ahead and put those right there. Rotate 180. That's another thing I noticed on the other one. Let's go quickly change that on this. This is backwards, so we can just select this, rotate it 180, and it should be fine. Alright, go back to this one. We want this bottom thing to be plastic. There's along all of that. Actually, everything I just selected. So unwrap it all. Let's make it a darker plastic. How about? We want this darker plastic too. Oops. Did I mess this up? Yes, I did. Select all those again. 7, view, project from view, rotate 180. Alright. Let's get the sides correct. You unwrap and scale that down. Put it in the darker plastic. We really should switch those around, shouldn't we? Yeah, we should. Let's just select the linked and then hit C, and then just click the middle mouse button, and you can deselect everything really easily. And you unwrap, smart unwrap, and make that in a white plastic, just so we follow along. And then we'll select all this stuff and make this darker plastic, so it follows with the past one we just did. You smart unwrap, scale that down, put it up here. Alright. And then we want this to be metal. And then we want all of this dark plastic color. Alright, so basic again, nothing too fancy. Let's go ahead and just look at what these would look like if they're plastic. So select them all and move them up there. No, that's not half bad. We can just keep that like that and go ahead and file save this. I mean, it's not too fancy or anything, definitely not very detailed, but it'll work for what we're doing. So we're gonna go ahead and file save this and export it all, be re-imported in here. Alright, and then we can go ahead and attach that material to this also, and it'll line up right. So now if we go ahead and play this, you can look at both of them, and they look not amazing, but they look good. So next we can do the grenade launcher, and we can keep moving on and do them all. I guess I can do one more. We got time for that. Let's see if we can pull off the grenade launcher with the same material we're using right now. So we could just hide everything except for this one. Go ahead and smart unwrap all of it just to start off. And then go ahead and open that texture image we got going on. And let's see. Just, we're going to take it all and move it off to the side to start off with. So the entire bottom is going to be dark plastic, just the same as the other one. So smart unwrap, scale that down. It's not really cooperating. Right? Scale it down there. Right, this one is all going to be metal. Right, and then this will all be plastic, lighter plastic, including this loop up here. You smart unwrap, and then throw all that up in the corner. Alright, and then we can select all this up here. Texturing and UV unwrapping is the least favorite thing I do. And I'm a lot better than what I'm doing right now, but this is just going to be a basic kind of texture image, so that's why we're kind of going basic. Alright, so this is all going to be dark plastic as well. Oops. I'm going to hit the C button and just select all of this again. And then we want to deselect that. And we're going to make this all dark plastic. Make all of this stuff metal. Alright. That's metal. This is all going to be dark plastic back here. Or light plastic, maybe. So let's just go ahead and select all of these faces. It's actually kind of hard doing this with the screencast. Alright, you smart unwrap. Oh, you smart unwrap. Throw all this up in the corner. And as you can see, we need to recalculate this one because there's some bad shading going on right there. And we actually want all of this to be black. So what we're going to do is we're going to scale it down a bunch and then put it like right there, because there's nothing there in any of the other texture maps. So we can go ahead and file save this. Alt hide it all. File save, and then let's export this all again. Alright, go back in here and attach that material again. And now we can see that this is green, but if we go into our texture in here, we're just going to paint some black, like right there. Go ahead and save that. We can just go ahead and check if that's in the same spot. It looks like it should work. So let's go back to Unity, and now it should be black. Yep, there we go. Just make sure everything is black all the way around. Looks good. And it looks like we have to do the belt feed still. I forgot to do that part. So undo those. Okay, select these. We're just gonna select them all to start off with. Actually, what we can do really quick is just do an edge loop right here. Do mark seam and then do L and the faces. And then spot unwrap. And make all that light. Grab this section, put it on top of that section. And put it right there. And I know these are grenade launchers and we're putting shells here. But we'll just make them look a little bit bigger. And you won't be able to tell the difference. Alright, so now if we, I'll unhide this, all files, save, file, export, FBX, export it all, and alright, there we go. Looks like we did not do the back. Look at that, we just keep forgetting stuff. And I need to go to bed because it's pretty late. I don't know what you guys when you're watching this video, but for me, it's not going good right now. Alright. Select all these faces. Go ahead and unwrap it and put it there. Alright, now let's just select it all. And then remember we moved everything off to the side. We forgot some stuff. So we're just throwing them in the light plastic and just do a quick turnaround around it. And it looks like it'll be fine. So this should be the final export for what we're going to do right now. We're going to need to make a new texture for the laser gun because I want to make that kind of look really cool. But we're not going to do that in this tutorial. Alright, so that's all good. For the barrel, it's just going to be a basic black and white. So you guys should try to texture that by yourself. I'm not going to show you guys how to do that. Hopefully you've learned enough to know how to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and do that really quick, and then we'll come right back when I'm done. So this is going to be my simple barrel. It's nothing too special. It's just a little gray with some white. And this is the texture map. Nothing impressive. It took me like a minute to whip up. Probably should have just recorded it. And then here I just put everything over here except for the top. I put it in the upper left. Alright. So nothing special really. But it's gonna work. So darken it up a little bit. So now we kind of got some of our guns and stuff being made. First 3 in a barrel. We'll work on the space gun in a little bit. I got some ideas for some moving textures that should make this look actually pretty cool. So stick around for that. I hope you guys are enjoying this. Make sure you subscribe. And let's darken these turrets up a little bit. Yeah, there we go. A little better. Alright, so subscribe, like. I hope you guys keep following. See you guys later.